Hey everyone, it's Kelly. I am back with week 3 in my 2025 Project Life album. And I did a little bit of cheating this time. I went through and I had all my cards kind of pre-selected. I am using Studio Calico Stash, and I will be the first to admit that I am not great at creating kits based off my stash. It takes me forever to go through my cards. It takes me forever to decide if the colors are working. It takes me forever just to get everything kind of mapped out. So I did most of this off camera because it's a little overwhelming to me to have to go through my cards to try to figure out what I'm going to use. But I think I found a color scheme that works pretty well together, and I have a lot of different a lot of different components from different kits. I can't tell you which ones are from what because I kind of mix all of my stash together after I finish a kit for the month. I am still very much gutted over the fact that Studio Calico is no longer making kits, but I definitely want to use my stash. So I am adding some stamping to my cards. I did use my Misty for that first watched stamp because it was a larger stamp and it was kind of a thicker lettered stamp. I wanted to make sure I had good coverage, so I wanted to be able to stamp multiple times. On these thinner stamps, I'm not as much worried. They're a little bit easier to make sure you get full coverage. I'm also feeling a little bit better about the number of photos that I have this week. If you watched my video from last week, I kind of mentioned that I was short on photos and really feeling like I was having to do a lot to fill the pockets. But this week, I feel like I have a pretty good balance of photos versus cards. And just to give you an idea of some of the stories that I'm telling this week, we celebrated Christmas with my in laws. As most of you know, December is just crazy busy time, and this was the first time that worked out for us to all get together. So I have a collage of photos on the left-hand side of the spread towards the top of my son opening up his gifts. Middle row on the left-hand side, filler card. I have a picture of my cat. He loves to get in the shower when I'm getting ready for work, like when I'm standing at my vanity. He gets in between the shower and the shower liner and just kind of hangs out in there. So I snapped a photo of him just kind of hanging out in there. Weather was another big topic this week. It was very, very, very cold, and then it warmed up a little bit. And then on the bottom row on the left-hand side is all about TikTok. So I am not on TikTok. I know that people love it. I just have never really I've never had it. So I think I put it on my phone one time because somebody sent me a link to a video and I couldn't watch it unless I had TikTok on my phone. But it's just never been something that I have done or been a part of. And so when the ban came in place, I know that the whole country just went crazy because it was, just shocking to everyone that used it. And I know people use it to make money, and I know it's a big deal that it disappeared. But for me, I was an outsider kind of watching all this happen because it did not affect me at all. I really had no, I don't know, even know what the right word is. I just really didn't have any investment in the story. I was just kind of watching it unfold, and it ended up coming back, I think, within 12 hours, but it was just all the rage on social media. So I snapped some screenshots of some different things that I saw, and there was some news about it getting banned, and I included that because it did seem to be a pretty big moment that week. Moving on to the right-hand side of the spread, I have that It's Time to Celebrate filler card. Thought it went really well with the Christmas photos that I have going on in the spread, and then the photos that are going to be next to that, which they seem to have disappeared. Right now, I got adhesive on this photo, and the photo paper that I use hates adhesive. So I had to use my adhesive eraser to get that off. That thing either works really, really well or it doesn't work at all, and it did work well for this moment. So I just use Scotch tape to adhere my two 3x4s together when I'm putting them in a 6x4 pocket. Works really great for me. I've never had any issues with them wanting to come out of the pockets, and it's a cheap alternative rather than adding them onto cardstock or using up washi tape. So back to that photo that I'm trimming right there. It's a picture of my dog with some journaling. We don't know what kind of dog he is. We got him from the shelter. He has long hair. He loves all type of weather. Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. Definitely loves the cold. And it was freezing this week, and we had to coax him inside with cheese. His paws were getting cold. I could tell he was cold, but he just did not want to come inside. So that is what that story is. Middle column of photos on the right hand side of the spread, I have a photo that I took of me and my husband. We were having a kind of a Zoom call with some financial advisors. So I snapped a photo of us while I was waiting for the call to connect. I was really into honey and cinnamon lattes at this point, and so I snapped a picture of one of the lattes that was on my desk. I have another filler card. Photo on the very far right hand side in the middle column is of me and my cat. He is not a lap cat, he is a shoulder cat. So he prefers to lay across your shoulder. And he really prefers to lay across my shoulder when I am trying to work at my desk. And so that was what was going on here. So I snapped a selfie of us. I have the bottom row of the photos covered with my title card. I am adding the week to this week's card, and I am just using these really old alphabets from Tim Holtz. I don't even know if they make them anymore, but I still have lots and lots of sheets of them. I do really, really like them. So I'm going to go ahead and also get the dates stamped on there. The photo that is hidden underneath my journaling, or excuse me, my title card, is actually a digital card that I put together. It was from, I think, the Watch Story kit from Ali Edwards, and I added a couple screenshots of some movies that my son was watching. The very right hand side on the bottom, that story kind of ties into those two movies. But here are the screenshots. Like I said, this video is really short and sweet because I did most of the work off camera getting my cards selected. And I am much, much happier with the balance of how this spread came out. Again, the photos versus journaling cards and filler cards ratio is much more pleasing to the eye. I have not yet looked at my week 4 photos, so I'm not sure how many I have to work with next week, how many photos I have to work with. So we will see. But as always, if you have any questions about anything that I did or any of the products that I used or just anything in general, please leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new to my channel, I would also love for you to like this video and subscribe. And I will be back again very soon.